Hey guys, Craig here with Irish Muscle, and I'm joined by our first place winner in the over 50s Masters. Jimmy, isn't it?
Jim Cassidy, that's right.
How's things, man?
Great. It's my first time actually winning the nationals in all my years.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I've always second, thirds. You know, I used to compete up to 91, winning or placing seconds and thirds, and then stopped my last show in 91 in the intermediate in Dublin. And I stopped
In 1991.
1991. I was stopped for 17 years. I came back in 2008. I was trained, but I didn't compete. Working, driving trucks and going abroad. So I started training back. I got working out, and my son David does as well. He's a competitor with the Irish team. So I said I'd come back and do the nationals with him. So I was knocking at the door there now with a few seconds and thirds.
Yeah.
And last year then, they sent me to San Sudan, and I got a second in the Europeans, and then I went to Budapest, but I got fourth in the world. And I was actually hard done by that. I should have got a second, but that's
So yeah, I've heard that actually. Yeah.
But I got an operation on my legs, which has made it a bit better, but wasn't aesthetically pleasing. I know that for a fact. But so last year was a great year, 2012. And now I was thinking of going for the Worlds this year, but it got too expensive. So I said I'd jump into the Nationals. And I'm glad to have won it, because I've never won a national title. And there was a good lineup.
It's another feather in the cap that you wanted.
There were 6 good guys there, you know. And good bodybuilders, and to come away beating them I'm over the moon.
Jimmy, I must say, like, the physique by someone who's over 50 to me is ridiculous. I couldn't believe it. I was saying to the lads in the crowd, going like, he can't be over 50. It's just like, I need to see a passport or something like.
Yeah, well, all it is just, as you know, training keeps you young. It's a fact. You take most guys that don't train, they look older before their time. True. And for fags and drinking and acting like that. Now, I still like a pint, don't get me wrong, but in moderation, you got to do things. So I like to train 4 or 5 days a week. And if a competition then comes up, it's 7 days a week. And then you train, your weight is only 20% of it. It's your diet and your nutrition and your rest. If you don't get that right, that other 80%, you're finished. Yeah. You're wasting your time. You'll go no. And there's a lot of bodybuilders out there in gyms today. They're killing themselves 6 days a week. They're going home eating man breast of chicken. They're nothing. You got to up your protein. You got to get lashings of it in, because the muscle is the only thing it'll feed off of, and that's the only thing it'll grow, and that's what it'll bring it nutrient. So, thanks very much. So at the end of the day, it's a
Are you helping anybody at the moment? Like, are you available to help people?
Oh yeah, if anybody wants any information, I'll try. I meet people in gyms and telling them things. Yeah. I pass on information that's been passed on to me. I can go back to years, back to the 80s, back meeting Frank Richards and all the old pros and all that, and they taught me things. And even up to now with the current guys that we'd meet there, like even Sean Rodden is there now, we were talking to him in a while. You know, I always learn, get information from. Dave Geller's a great man for information if you ever need to know anything. Dave actually advised me for the last show in going to Budapest. Gave me great advice, you see. So you can't think, I know it all. Yeah. I don't know what to do. Because there's always something to be learned by this game, you know. Because it's constantly changed from 20 years ago, eating a fucking breast of chicken or a bit of cheese, to what we got to do now. You know, it's totally different, like. Yeah. And people don't realise that they go in, they think it's all gym. It's not. That's 20% of it. That's maybe 2 hours. It's what you do. The other 22 hours is what counts. Yeah. And if you don't get that right, you're at nothing. You're wasting your time. So if you're serious about it,
because there's so many young people out there now. You see the sport outside the juniors, a big class, and it's always bad. And there's some great young guys, but like to pick your brain, who's been here and done that and spent years and decades doing it, and still looks the part 20, 30 years later. Like, well, you know,
the good thing about training is, I see Bernie Cooper and Dion Chamberlain and all them. These are all men, if you want to call them, phenomenal physiques. Yeah. Muscle as a memory. I could stop training for 12 months and I'd get up someday and look at the mirror and say, geez, I'm a bag of shit. Yeah. But as soon as I'd be back training 1 month, I could start to see it coming back again, because it'll get you back the way you want. Yeah. Build your own foundation. By that I mean, any young fellas out there now, stay the fuck away from drugs, right? Never touch steroids. You want to touch steroids down the line when you get your own foundation built.
I'm glad you said that, actually.
Then you'll progress above it. But if you start taking out then and you get you to a point you could have got yourself, and then when you stop, you'll go back to being a brush handle again. You're like a yo-yo up and down. So get as good as you can. Start winning local shows and things like that. And then if you want to go on to Worlds and Europeans, well, the standard's higher, and obviously I'm not saying they aren't in it there. You're going to have to if you want to.
I would probably think you'd want at least like minimum 5 good years under your belt before you even think about that.
Yeah, definitely. Oh Jesus, yeah. But people like they want results fast. It's like everything. I want to be slim fast. I want to be big fast. Yeah. And if you tell them you got to go down every night, like I mean, I went out in the snow, the thick snow, the fucking rain, pissing rain, down to cold shades, lifting weights night after night after putting on 14 hour days. days in a truck or 15-hour days. It's for the love of the sport. You have to love it. You have to. When I don't train for a few days, even when I go on holidays, I have to find the gym because I feel crap. This is like, people take cocaine and heroin, they feel great, they get a high. Well, when I train, that's my high. It releases good endorphins. I feel great. When I don't train for 5 or 6 days, I feel crap. You're going to feel awful. I feel small. So I love the train. It's the greatest buzz you'll ever get. You'll feel good about yourself. You'll feel healthier. It's great for pain. It's great for everything. It's great for energy. Yeah. It's the best sport in the world as far as I'm concerned. And you take soccer, take soccer, rugby, most of the games, you're gone from it, running, whatever. But you can constantly do weights till you're 90. Till you're dead and great. Because, and it's the best sport in the world as far as I'm concerned,
There's some great advice you've given there, Jimmy. I hope, I don't hope, I know I'll be interviewing you again in times to come, and hopefully on the world stage again,
I'd like that,
we'll get Irish Muscle over there, hopefully, and we'll get you over.
That'd be nice.
That'll be the job, hopefully. But can you give us one pose just to show people that age is not a number, guys? Look at that. And that's how it's done. Jimmy, an absolute pleasure, mate. Thanks so much. Cheers. Thank you. Cheers, Jimmy.